Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you guys how I created this eye look and this glow action with Samantha Ravndahl's new collection, or new brand should I say, Auric. If you're new to my I'm really excited you guys, I'm sorry. If you're new to my channel, or you've been here for a while, you'll know that I'm horrible with pronunciation, but I hope I'm not butchering it too much. Auric, something like that. It should just be called beautiful, because I mean, look at this. Look at this packaging. Just the boxes. I want to keep the boxes and just put them somewhere because they are so pretty. But I'm going to be going over two products. I actually wanted to grab all three of the Smoke Reflex, but I don't know, I was going and I was clicking on the other shades and it just kept bringing me back to this one. So I don't know if the other ones were just sold out by the time I got to the site or what. But yeah, so I've got this one, and this is all that I have on with a little bit of bronzer. So you'll see this eye look and then how I got my glow. But before we do that, let's get into the no. I'm so cheesy, I know. I'm just really happy, I'm sorry. First off, we have the Glow Lust Radiant Luminizer, and I'm on the Auric website right now, and this is described as, for those who want luminosity packed with ultrafine pearl and skin-loving mix of squalene, glycerine, and porcelain flower, this artistry-grade adjustable formula gives you instant radiance and hydration. It can be worn alone, blended with your favorite skincare, or used as a highlighter on top of foundation. That's how I have it on today, on top of powder and everything. It is glitter-free, fragrance-free, paraben-free, cruelty-free, and gluten-free. And it's also made in Italy. And you're getting 35 mils and it retails for $45. I have the shade Morganite, which is apparently popular because it is sold out. But there's 7 shades. She did not leave anyone out. She she knocked this out of the park. She truly did. And then we have the Smoke Reflect Cream and Powder Eyeshadow Duo. I have the shade Ego. This one is described as a smoke show in a jar. It retails for $39. And the details read, heads will turn with these eye-catching shadow duos. Create creamy matte or metallic glitter looks with 2 luxe formulas. Under the top lid is a light reflecting micro glitter eyeshadow infused with high shine pearls. That is right up top. Let me get it open. It has the beautiful symbol Auric on top. Then here is the shadow, and then you got a little mirror if you would like to use it, and then the cream is on the inside. The cream shadow is smooth, long wear, and creaseless, and I gotta say, I've had this on for several hours now. It hasn't moved, and it definitely has not creased. Again, it's paraben-free, cruelty-free, gluten-free, and artistry grade. And then this one is actually made in the USA. All right, I'm done talking. Let's get into this eye look, and then we will see the glow. Before I start off the look, I want to let you guys know that I do have bronzer all in my crease and in the transition area, as well as the lower lash line. It's just the bronzer that I have on my face. Sonia G Worker Pro. This is the cream. I'm going to start kind of tapping that onto the lid. Now, the formula of this is pretty moussey, kind of airy, so you're not going to get too much on your brush right away. And I like that because it's easier to build it, kind of place it down and then build. I'm putting down the first little layer, then I'm going to work it up into the crease with the excess that's on my brush. Just kind of laying out the groundwork for where I'm going to build up, but I want the edges to be more diffused. That's one light layer. Now I'm going in for more, so you can see it's more pigmented as you build. I'm using kind of like a stamping as well as like kind of pushing over, that type of motion. And again, as there's less product, I'm gonna make sure I get on the inner corner and right up against my lashes. So this spot can get missed sometimes when I'm using a cream product. I'm gonna go into the crease again and start buffing upward. Now I actually just wiped off my brush onto my pants. I don't have my little Sonia G towel in front of me right now. I think they're all in the wash. So I just wiped them off my pants. And I am now blending the shade just a little bit further up. And I hate it. My eyes are two different shapes, so I always have to try and kind of go back. I was going to go ahead and do the shimmer on this eye, but I was like, no, let me make sure that I get these as close as possible before I go in with the shimmer. Refer number 3, still using that cream, buffing it along the lower lash line. MAC 283, now I'm going to go in with the shimmer. I'm going to place this on the front portion and blend outward. I want to press it upward as well. So I want it to be more concentrated on the inner corner and then just kind of have it dust over. Take a little bit of that on the lower lash line. Dust away any fallout, which is very minimal. Refer 21 and the Glow Lust and Morganite. I worked it onto my hand first and then worked it into the brush. I'm gonna tap that right into the shadow and right around my brow arch to highlight. I'm using my finger to make sure it's blended. I'm going to take a little dab of that and put it on the inner corner as well. Just a little bit. I finished off the eyes per the usual with Milk Boss liner on my top inner rim and then a ton of mascara. Now I'm going to go in with the Glow Lust in the shade Morganite. Now, packaging goals. This is just pretty to look at. The top is a little hard for me to get off. At first, I accidentally screwed it off. I was like, I know that this had a pump on it. And it does, but the top is a little difficult to get off. I'm going to put just a pump on my hand, and then I'm going to take a sponge. I don't remember which one this is. It's not a beauty blender. I don't know which one it is. I'm going to work the product into the sponge. You can see here. And then I am going to start applying it to the cheek. Ooh, that is intense. So I'm going to take the butt of the blender. Woo! And kind of blend that out a little bit. Ooh, at least it blends. Sometimes they get stuck, like in one spot. Let me get the excess off. Yeah, a little goes a long way. I'm gonna come up on my stars. Ooh, this is really pretty. I mean, she did that. Oh wow, this is so pretty. It's very, trying to make sure I don't have like a line of demarcation, but I'm just like, oh wow, this might be a new go-to. Okay, I'm gonna pick up a little bit, just a little bit, because I'm scared. I don't want to get too much. I like the formula. It's different than things I have used before. And like I said, I like that it doesn't dry down really quickly. And I'm using this on top of powder. I already have my blush, bronzer. I've got my, everything is set. My under eye is set. That is gorgeous. I think I could go with a shade darker. Like this is a little light, but like it's still really pretty. But I think like I'm likely going to buy another one and just go a shade darker. A little bit of a line right there. Tap it out with my finger. I specifically wore my makeup very matte today so that I could see like how radiant. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I want to douse my face in this. Oh my gosh. I definitely think that I should get a different color because it's just a little light, but like it's so pretty. It is so pretty. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I'm gonna get this, like, look at this. Just gonna rub the rest of this into my hand. Look at that glow. It is so pretty. I'm not smelling anything. Nope, I don't smell anything. Taking a little bit of my Fenty powder, the purple one. I'm gonna go right around the edge, right where I feel like I have just because it's a little light for me. And I like to blur my pores anyway, and I need to add my little freckle back in. That makes it perfect. This powder is a part of my project pan, and I don't even know how I'm gonna go through all of it because I use such a tiny, tiny amount. Just take that, go around. Oh my god, I'm in love. Okay, let me add in my little freckle and I'll be back. I've added on my freckle and I tried to add like a little bit of blush. And now I want to go on with just a tiny bit of my setting spray, which is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip, because I want a little more luminosity, but not like too much on the rest of my skin. A little bit, like just a little bit. Yes, Jacqueline made me do this. And I don't regret it at all. All right, so, yes. I like my eye. I think it's beautiful, but this is the bee's knees. Oh my goodness. I didn't think I would be this excited about it. To be complete, I'm going to be 100 with you. 100% honest. I was really excited about her having her own brand come out. I really like Sam. But then this isn't a product. Well, I immediately thought of the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. And so I was thinking, you know, I don't use that product a lot. It's not one that I, you know, so I wasn't as excited. Now I'm excited. Now seeing this on my face, the way it just, the glow, how smooth the glow is, I mean, I do want a different color, but oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm at a loss for words. Just was not expecting it to be this texture, to be this beautiful. I mean, I have confidence in Sam, don't get me wrong, but this is just a whole new level. And granted, this is the first time I'm putting it on my face. I could definitely try to mix it in with foundation and whatnot. I have this thing where I like to mattify as much as I can to minimize texture, and then add highlight where I want it, so that I know that that's how I'm going to be using this the most. I will test it out. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on camera or not. I will test it out that way, and I'm sure that you could put this underneath. Oh, so yeah, this is going to be one of my new go-tos, as long as it doesn't break me out. As long as it doesn't break me out. Because this is gorgeous. Oh, but I need another shade. I've got friends that can use this one. Anyway, I am over the moon with this. It's definitely different in texture than the Hollywood Flawless Filter. It's a little smoother. It has a little bit more pigmentation to it, and I like the highlighting effect that it gives better than the Hollywood Flawless Filter, just personally. Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. As for the eye, I do want to do some comparisons to textures, because I noticed when I was using this beauty that it's pretty moussey. Like when I was going to, my nails and the top, this little plastic top, we're just not getting along. I'm so hyped right now. You have no idea. I haven't been this excited about this type of product since the Marc Jacob Dew drops. But I like this texture much better. So let me show you. Let me get my brush. It's pretty airy. Like you can move the product around and it doesn't really just get onto your brush like that. I don't know if that makes sense. It's pretty airy. And so I was trying to see, you know, different textures that you know, it could be comparable to. So this one, so if I touch it, see, that's how much comes off when I touch it. It feels so, okay, let me see. And then I'm gonna put that on my hand like so. Okay, feeling it, it's creamier, like it's a little thicker. All right, so I picked out Charlotte Tilbury, Tom Ford, the Eyes to Mesmerize. I had to get it out with my finger because the pot is not big enough. Just want to feel the different textures. Yeah, this is a little, not wet, because this is still a moussey type of texture, but this is more moussey than what the Eyes to Mesmerize is. From Tom Ford, I have the cream powder and eye color. So I wanted to see the texture of this compared. See, this one feels, I really think that this is just, it's more whipped, it's more airy than these other. So I would say that they're the closest to something like the Eyes to Mesmerize, but then you've got, just like the Tom Ford, the top of this has that pressed glittery pigment on it, but I think that this is pressed a little harder. Let me compare. All my fingers are covered in product. Yeah, I think that the Tom Ford one, but granted, it's been used several times. It's a little bit harder pressed in there. Like this is the one from Auric. I'm gonna mess that up. So I think it's just a little bit, it's still hard pressed, but not as hard pressed. However, if you don't like those type of glittery top coats, you might not like this. But I found it to pick up pretty easily on the brush. I didn't even use my finger or anything like that. I would say that this top coat style, shadow, whatever you want to call it, is a little easier to use. Just off my first impressions, you know, I'm going to have to update you guys as to whether or not it gets hard pan or anything like that. You got to think this one is several years old. But in terms of formula, I do find that this is a little bit more moussey, and the top coat is, that's what I just keep calling it, is just not as stiff. But it does remind me of the Tom Ford toppers, those Charlotte Tilbury shades, the Celestial shades, kind of like the ones from Wayne Goss, but maybe not as hard pressed, but it's still pressed hard. I don't know if I'm making sense. I'm just happy. I think you can tell by my enthusiasm that, yeah, these are hits. I'm so glad that I got these. This is so pretty. I think that I'm gonna need a darker shade. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get one shade darker, possibly 2 shades. And I'm very interested in grabbing the other 2 shades of this. I really thought this was gonna be more gray Ego. I just thought, I don't know, whenever I saw it, I thought that it was gonna be more gray, but it's definitely more blue, at least on me. And it's just beautiful. It is beautiful. And if she comes out with a palette or anything like an eyeshadow palette, if it doesn't have this design, this artwork on it, I am going to be so sad, because this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Packaging, everything is top notch. Formula, it's very high end. It's very luxe, and I'm very, very impressed. I will test it out in other ways, and I'll let you know how I like it. And yeah, I'm definitely ordering more. I've got to have more, and I'm excited to see where she goes with this line. Anywho, yeah, let me know what you guys think about everything. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.